Well, one of the big political controversies today has been the surprise induction of Samajwadi Party leader Naresh Agrawal into the BJP. In fact, he got quite a grand welcome. He had Union Minister Piyush Goyal on one side and our favourite BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra on the other when he was inducted. Now, here is the problem with Naresh Agrawal. Naresh Agrawal has said all kinds of crazy things in the past. Okay, he said things that have been so crazy and out there that it has evoked huge criticism from the BJP in particular, whether it has been about Hindu gods and goddesses, whether it's been about Indian national Kulbhushan Jadhav, who, as you know, is in Pakistani jail. India is trying to get him back. He has alluded to Jadhav being a terrorist. It has led to BJP spokespersons in the past actually saying that he speaks like a Pakistani government spokesperson and that's where he should be sent, etc., etc. But here he was getting that grand welcome into the BJP today and then going on to make this very crude, very misogynistic remark about Jaya Bachchan. Let's take a look.
Senior Samajwadi Party leader and Rajya Sabha MP Naresh Agrawal has joined the BJP after he was snubbed in favour of Jaya Bachchan for re-entry to the upper house of Parliament in the coming elections. The 7-time MLA from Hardoi constituency, known for his controversial statements, made a deeply sexist comment while explaining his decision.
तो जिस तरह समाजवादी पार्टी को समाप्त किया जा रहा है और फिल्मों में काम करने वाली से मेरी हैसियत कर दी गई, एक फिल्मों में डांस कर दें, अपना रोल कर दें, वो लोग उनके नाम पर हमारा टिकट काटा गया, मैंने इसको भी बहुत उचित नहीं समझा.
In the past, Naresh Agrawal's statements have been roundly criticized by the BJP, including a controversial reference to Kulbhushan Jadhav as a terrorist.
अगर उन्होंने कुलभूषण जाधव को एक आतंकवादी अपने देश में माना है तो वो उस हिसाब से व्यवहार करेंगे. हमारे देश में भी आतंकवादी के साथ ऐसे व्यवहार करना चाहिए, कड़ा व्यवहार करना चाहिए.
Well, that's Naresh Agrawal for you. We have our panelists here in the studio still with us, and Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party also joining us. Ejaz Ilmi, I mean, look at this guy. Are you really happy as a member of the BJP that he's now part of your party?
Well, individuals can join a political party of their choice, but I definitely agree with Sushma Swaraj when she says his behavior today was unacceptable, inappropriate, it was misogynistic. His statement earlier about Kulbhushan Jadhav being a terrorist was in very poor taste, and he was roundly criticized by most spokespersons, including me, of the BJP. So that's where I stand. He has a right to join any political party, and he's been received by the party. If he can contribute to the party, then that's very, very good. But definitely he needs to understand that you can't go off shooting your mouth in such a sexist, misogynistic fashion.
But it's not just that. I mean, look at what you guys, your colleagues in the BJP have said about him. I'm talking about December 2017, okay? Amit Malviya, one of your spokespersons, said, Naresh Agrawal comes across as Pakistan spokesperson, which is no different from Rahul Gandhi questioning and demanding proof for the surgical strikes. With UPA around, does India need enemies? This is his description of the guy just a few months ago. And now you're welcoming him with open arms, with Piyush Goyal sitting by his side? Well,
he's joined the party, so which is why when you join a party, and being a member of parliament for 5 terms, so he's joined at the national level. But definitely what he said is totally unacceptable and inappropriate.
Okay, so clearly you don't agree. Mr. Nigam, are you angry about it? Are you upset about it? A lot of BJP supporters today also online are actually taken aback that he's been inducted.
I think many have been, including me. And such kind of a language is highly unacceptable. And I hope he improves over a period of time. And if he doesn't, I am sure some action might be taken.
Should he have been inducted at all, in your opinion?
See, that's for the BJP to answer, and these are political questions, and there are a number of political permutations and combinations that go into it. I am not even competent enough to, or qualified enough to go into it. But certainly some of his past statements were very questionable, and they go to the root of Indian sovereignty, and calling Kulbhushan Jadhav as terrorist and certainly cannot be excused or forgiven.
Well, you know, Ghanshyam Tiwari, you are with the Samajwadi Party. I mean, I'm curious to know how the SP is looking at all these developments today, because, I mean, he was part of your party till this morning. So you can't exactly turn around and say he's a bad guy now.
It's not about being a good guy or a bad guy. You are in public life and you have to stand the criticism of people when you make mistakes. For me, what is shameful, and I say this entire nation has visibly said that, you know, shame on you BJP. What is shameful is On one end, BJP talks about morality, nationalism, political morality. All that appears bunkum and bankrupt right now. Second, a union minister was sitting on that dais. That meeting was happening at the BJP headquarters. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of BJP, was sitting, and every one of them smiled through that statement. The entire press was there. They did not even need to see the urge of standing up right there and condemning, seeking an apology. Akhilesh Yadav, in a similar moment, when a young student leader had criticized the current Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, had apologized live at the press conference on his behalf. So the morality lectures that BJP gives on TV and at other places is only a studio talk. It is only a talk to please a certain vote base. When their leaders, their tall leaders like Piyush Goyal, do not act at the moment, when Sambit Patra sheepishly says that, we welcome everybody and does not ask this man to apologize or condemn the statement, it shows that at one level they are on board with such statements. And as a result, in BJP, people have actually been promoted, progressed with making wild statements. Naresh Agrawal will add to the same promotion scheme, that you make wild statements.
But
and
Mr. Tiwari, my point is this, that look, this is not the first time Naresh Agrawal has said outrageous things. And the Samajwadi Party wasn't exactly willing to kick him out for that either. So, till this morning, you were embracing him. So, now that he's done it in the BJP, that makes him, that makes him untouchable. Then the morality issues have cropped up now. Should they have not cropped up in the past?
Well, that's a fair criticism, but at no point, I have, as a national spokesperson, I have never defended his statements. In public life, you are talking on current issues on a day-to-day basis. You have to call the wrong. At the moment, it is wrong. Sushma Swaraj reacted in personal capacity. Until she reacted, no one in BJP saw conviction and courage to stand up and call this thing was wrong. Who in BJP reacted on this issue? BJP is a party that reacts even before a statement is made. And the entire party slept through a misogynist, sexist statement against somebody who's a leading light for all Indian women. No, that BJP could show this kind of standard and morality to people, demonstrates that there is one thing that they hold others to, and there's one thing that they pursue themselves.
Okay, different yardsticks of morality. And Subhashini Ali, do you find it interesting that Sushma Swaraj actually chose to, in a sense, break with the party sort of line? I mean, she knew when she was tweeting that this would be read in so many different ways, but
I don't
obviously it's something she's strongly felt about, and good for her.
But my point is something quite different. My point is that for reasons of political expediency, this gentleman has been taken as a member by the BJP, welcomed into their party. This one statement he made today is not out of character for him. He is known to be speaking in this tenor, and he makes these kind of outrageous statements. And there is actually too much of misogyny in the public sphere anyway. We don't need to add to it. But having said that, I'd like to say that what happened when somebody sharing a stage with the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh referred to Mayawati as Surpanakha. Did anyone condemn him? Was anyone outraged? So I don't think that we should pretend that BJP is very different from some of the other mainstream parties and is very concerned about the way people speak about women, or is very concerned about the way women are being perceived and the way they are being badmouthed. I don't think that applies to them at all. In fact, it seems like birds of a feather are actually congregating together more and more in that party.
Well, that's
because they're really collecting people from across the political spectrum.
I think you're being rather uncharitable. This foot in the mouth syndrome afflicts leaders
of all
political parties. These motor mouths who make obnoxious, atrocious statements are there in all parties.
Did you say anything when they called, when that man called Mayawati ji Surpanakha?
Yes, there's a FIR filed. 1 week ago. You're talking about Nandi, there's a FIR filed against him by the state government.
Sitting there next to him.
So I'm agreeing with you. I said people with the motor mouth disease and foot and mouth syndrome are there in all parties. So don't paint the entire party as something.
I agree with one point, Mr. Nigam.
I said you have gotten to, now you are collecting them from across the political spectrum.
Would the party have even, those who are angry now, I feel that, Ghanshyam Tiwari had a good point. When Sushma Swaraj did it, people were suddenly like, whoa, she's the one saying this, and we have to take notice of it. Otherwise, unfortunately,
no. People had started taking note of it, and she was also a part of it. And
but she really spurred it.
No, it's fine because she is in a position, a well-known person. Obviously, it spurs if a well-known person says it, and she took a stand, which is very good. Now, if you look at across the political spectrum, I am not specific to this case as well. I have heard about Digvijay Singh, I have heard about Manishankar Iyer. This kind of lack of etiquettes and respect for others is declining in our politics.
I agree with you. Yeah.
And therefore,
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
Why? And please,
I don't
please,
agree.
Ghanshyam, one second. Let him finish.
Please,
Let him finish. I'll come to you. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
And here, I think these guys can learn some lesson from RSS as well. The kind of discipline and respect that we have.
Communists also.
Communist, well, you can speak for the communist. You can speak for the communist, and if you can teach some certain etiquettes and manners, you're most welcome. And
the Prime Minister behaved with that,
across the party line, we need to have certain code of conduct across the party line. Some kind of a code of conduct.
Okay, but Ghanshyam Tiwari, why do you disagree with that? Because I think the basic principle is that the discourse is very coarse, for want of a better word. But isn't that a fact?
Well, it is a fact, but when you take a current incident and connect it with every past incident and say, well, we are helpless, this is the trend of of politics, I think we are doing disservice to the very movement that we are in. The movement that we are in, we are questioning a national party which has a track record of actually promoting people who make wild statements. You look at what has happened of public discourse in the last 4 years. BJP would be the first to call out anybody who spoils the public discourse, but also be the first to promote anybody who indulges in it. And RSS today saying that look at the language of RSS. How is language of BJP different from RSS? BJP only amplifies the language of RSS.
You need to know what RSS is.
RSS stood up and
don't
said
make wild
that
allegations.
This person at this stature at public
Please
level
do
as
not make wild allegations.
has spoken in poor language. That person must resign. We have the most abusive cabinet I, at least as a young politician, has ever seen, and no questions have been asked from the top leadership of BJP, or as if they just sleep over any bad foul language statement. This happened at their headquarters. They saw it. They did not react. And again, I repeat, not until Sushma Swaraj. Sushma Swaraj acted independently, more as a statesman rather than a BJP leader. The entire BJP slept through the statement.
No, but but Ajaz, it's shocking that Piyush Goyal was there to welcome him. Don't you think?
Well, he was there to receive him when he was joining the BJP. Individuals can join parties and switch parties and join parties at the national level.
But then the BJP is supposed to be the party with a difference. You have to also vet the kind of people you want to join your party, no?
He has his own political relevance, I totally agree, and he has the right to join the party of his choice.
No, so then let's just say that he's joining because he's politically, his past is politically relevant.
Try to paint the entire party. I mean, you don't forget, Ghanshyam, you also still have Mr. Azam Khan, who's the champion of sexist, misogynistic and atrocious remarks. So don't give us a lecture on this. I'm talking about individual motor mouths have to control themselves and don't paint the entire party with the same brush.
Well, I'm not painting the entire party on anything. I'm just saying that your entire party stood still until Sushma Swaraj reacted. That demonstrates the dominant stance in your party. The dominant stance is other people's mistake, go create a hue and cry, but when your own people make mistake, promote them. That is what your dominant stance is.
See, at least somebody spoke from the BJP when he was there with you. None of you spoke against him. At least somebody spoke.
You kept quiet.
That's actually true.
When he decried religious symbols, Lord Vishnu, Bhagwan Ram, did you say a word? Ghanshyam Tiwari, you kept quiet.
I did.
You kept quiet.
Yes.
So then why have you taken him? Please explain it to me.
Well, he has the right to join a party, and the party has
a right. We have a right to.
I'm very clear
drink water.
that this misogyny and sexist remarks, these are individual remarks, and don't paint everybody. But individual leaders must get out of this syndrome and this disease. Because
he's not just an individual leader. He's a member of parliament. He's a member of parliament, and he has joined the BJP in the presence of a senior union minister and my favorite BJP spokesperson, I repeat, Sambit Patra. And before we go, just to tell everybody that Smriti Irani has also just retweeted what Sushma Swaraj had tweeted about Naresh Agrawal. So there, another senior union minister has retweeted those comments, ticking off this new member of the BJP.
Does Mr. Agrawal have a short self-life in BJP? I am not very sure.
Well, probably not, but let's see where this goes. Thank you to all of you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.